Helping Hands. This is my Helping Hands. I've had this for over a year now, and I think I've probably used it 3 or 4 times mostly, just for holding wires and things. The link lock is okay, it's fine. It's not great for getting something in exactly the right place, so it's all right. It's fine. But okay, so the other big problems with this is the plastic nuts just keep coming undone from this base. It's quite long and cumbersome. Probably want to take some of the links out, and getting these to screw to something, to clamp to something, is not ideal. And I think, yeah, it's actually not big enough to go on my workbench. So consequently I never used it. Oh, also the crocodile clips were bare. That's been sitting in there the whole time. Were bare and would damage anything I put in them. I put heat shrink on the teeth, and that helped, but eventually that just does wear through. I put some duct tape on these ones and that was better, but it's untidy. Anyway, that's horrible. So the other helping hand type thing I have is this vise, and this is excellent, especially for things like Spectrum motherboards, that I have marked the lines here for the exact size, so I can just set this up and then this will fit a Spectrum motherboard. Spring loaded that side. You can clamp these down so that these don't rotate quite so easily, and it works really well. You can flip the board over while you're working on it, and the Spectrum motherboard will just about flip if it's put in there. Something like an Atari 4 switcher won't go in that way. Would go in that way, but then you can't flip it, so you can't get to the other side. You'd have to keep taking it out and turning it over. But this is good. But for small stuff, if I was to put in, say, something like this, not sponsored, this little small composite mod board, once it's in the vise, you're covering up quite a few of the holes. That's not too bad though. That would work. I tend not to use this. My go-to vise is, my go-to helping hands is this. I prefer to just do that, and then I can just pick it up and turn it over. That's the kind of thing I tend to do. However, I saw something on the Amazons yesterday I thought I couldn't resist, which is this. So a quick unbox. Ooh. Magnetic Helping Hands instruction manual. And we've got some lovely looking clamps that've got heat shrink around the ends of them, and some screws, a clamp, these things, some feet, one of these things, another one of these things but longer, another longer one of these things. Incidentally, I use this type of thing all the time for my camera setup. So I've got currently there's 3 up above here. There's one on this camera, there's one on this camera, there's another one up here for a camera that points at the oscilloscope, and I have other ones of these as well. This is the sort of thing I use, but this has got this thing on the end, so we'll come to that in a sec. I've got another shorter one, and under here I've got a big lump of metal. with NEWACALOX written on it. Put the feet on first. These have to be in exactly the right position. So about here, and about here, about there, and about here. You don't want to get those wrong. I've already scratched it. There must have been a bit of... I've scratched it already. So the point of these is this. Oh, look at that. Oh, that is actually... That's on there. Oh, yeah. That's nice. And in the ends of these, I can put... Oh, I've lost a screw. In the ends of these, I can put these. Nice thumb screwy type things. Now I've got a helping hand I can place pretty much anywhere. And another helping hand. Lovely. Oh, look at that. Oh, you got spare. That's handy because I am gonna lose them. They'll work their way loose and I'll lose them. Okay, so we've got one here, one here, one here, one here. So now, if I want to be working on an Atari 2600 Vader motherboard, still a bit big, I can do it like this. Look, that's pretty good. But that's not all. These are also magnets. And they've got like a ridge there. These unscrew. Why would that unscrew? Interesting. I'm not sure why these are ridged here. I mean, it looks nice. It's not necessary. Now, the point of these is there's something like this. Yeah, but you can do that with that side board, or you can do it with... Oh, it's going to be a tight fit. Put that right in the corner. Oops. Put that in there. I didn't do very well there, did I? It's not. This isn't the ideal use for this. Am I missing? There's one. So that's not as good as I was hoping it would be. That, but it will also do this sort of thing. If you happen to have mounting holes that you can use. And in that case you could just flip things over fairly easily. Now, these are not symmetrical, so it's not that easy, but that's not that bad. I quite like that. And the base is nice and heavy, but that's not all. Remember this bit? It's a opposable arm. Well, this bit screws into here, and if you're working on something, you can in the picture they show this with a heat gun mounted in it. Probably might not be this heat. Oh no, it does fit. So you could, you know, have that pointed at something, keeping heat on something while you're working on it. That's not a bad idea, don't you think? Probably not going to use it for that. What I thought I could use it for is another camera mount. So I use these. These are quick release plates, and what you do is this goes on the bottom of your camera, and then this goes on whatever your mounting arm is, or a tripod. I've got them all over the place. And then you can just pop the camera in and it clips it in place, and you need to get the camera out quick, you just pop it out. It also locks as well. It's got a safety lock there, so that won't come open. So I can put this on here. It's not going to help me very much at the moment because I haven't got a macro lens, but that's, you know, something I'll get eventually. Actually, that might still work on this. This isn't the best arm. So anyway, if I'm working on an Atari motherboard on here, and I want a close-up shot, oh, I don't know if this is going to work. See, I've just taken this camera off, and it's got the quick release plate on it. And there we go. And now I should be able to pose this. That bottom one's not very steady. That's not bad actually. I'm quite impressed with that. I just don't want to go off of there. Not bad. I also got this at the same time. I've bought a few of these now, and you can buy this type of arm with this type of tightening knob on it, and they're all right. That's the first one I bought. I've got one of those up currently on my oscilloscope camera, but this one from SMALLRIG is another level. So a clamp, these look very similar. They look very similar. That is a very similar rip-off. In fact, I'm not sure which one's that's. You can tell the machining is so much better on the SMALLRIG one, on the ends of these knobs, and it all just fits together so much nicer. This is sloppy and loose, and this feels smooth and solid. And there's another clue to which brand this one is. Yeah, it's worth the few extra quid for a SMALLRIG one. And the other difference between this type of arm and the SMALLRIG arms is the SMALLRIG arm has this like wing nut affair going on, and when this locks in place, it locks. There's no movement, nothing will move. These ones tend to, you can kind of give them a little bit of a tweak and the ends will like move around a bit more. It's just a different level of workmanship. But yeah, highly recommend these. So I could actually take this one out of here and put it into this. Take the magnet off of this. It's just a camera mount. Now I've got a SMALLRIG one. Lovely. But yeah, the SMALLRIG clamp will clamp onto anything with minimal effort. These ones, you just have to give them a really good turn, and you end up denting things. The rubber on my one, they've gone. That ends up just peeling away. So I highly recommend those. Excellent. I thought you might like to see that. But if you didn't, I'm sure you were not even watching now. So I don't know. Goodbye.